Welcome to Korean Cinema Channel. Today I would like to send you the following news. The entire internet went wild for Yuhang x Hae-in. Fans couldn't stop talking about this perfect storm of chemistry, the commanding, take-charge lover paired with the innocent, sweet little rabbit who melts hearts with a single glance. From the very first scene, the sparks were undeniable, but nothing prepared audiences for the explosive drama that was about to unfold. The story begins with Rong Wei-yu, played by Zhai, a charmingly naive young woman, accidentally walking into the wrong room after a night of overindulgence. One misplaced step, one wrong door, and suddenly she finds herself tangled in an unexpected, life-altering night with a complete stranger. The encounter, raw yet tender, instantly sets the stage for a roller coaster of emotions, embarrassment, curiosity, and a fluttering desire she had never experienced before. Yuhang's character is the type of lover who acts first and questions later, someone who believes in action over words. The moment he notices Rong Wei-yu's panic, he doesn't scold, he doesn't lecture, he acts with precision, making sure she is safe, protected, and gradually drawing her into his world. His commanding presence is balanced perfectly by her delicate, hesitant innocence, creating a tension so thick that viewers feel it in their own hearts. Every glance, every accidental touch, becomes a charged moment of intimacy that keeps audiences on the edge of their seats. What makes this drama irresistibly addictive is the way it balances sweetness with realistic conflict. Rong Wei-yu's internal struggle, between guilt, curiosity, and the inexplicable pull toward this mysterious stranger, mirrors the uncertainty of first love. Meanwhile, Yuhang's quiet intensity offers a sense of security and certainty that contrasts beautifully with her hesitation, giving viewers the ultimate emotional tug-of-war. The storytelling is intimate, almost cinematic, with lingering close-ups on trembling hands, darting eyes, and the quiet moments between dialogue that say more than words ever could. Fans have dubbed their pairing the guide and rabbit couple, a metaphor for the way he leads and she follows, willingly yet cautiously, through a world of new emotions. Social media erupted with clips of their interactions, the playful teasing, the protective gestures, and the small, almost imperceptible touches that make hearts race. Every frame feels alive, every scene feels like a heartbeat captured on camera. By combining a shocking premise with a meticulously crafted emotional core, the drama has created a rare kind of sweetness, one that hits hard yet leaves a lingering warmth. Viewers can't help but binge every episode, analyzing every glance, every moment of hesitation, and every flicker of desire between the characters. Yuhang x Hae-in have delivered a story that is not just a romance but a hypnotic experience, reminding audiences that love can be messy, impulsive, and utterly intoxicating in a world saturated with ordinary love stories. This pairing stands out like a comet across the night sky, shocking, mesmerizing, and impossible to forget. Everyone who watches is left thinking, just one more scene, just one more beat, because the magic of Yuhang and Hae-in is impossible to resist. Rong Wei-yu had originally thought returning a single dress would settle everything, but instead, she was slapped with a 10,000 yuan claim and forced into a humiliating installment plan. Her cheeks burned, her heart thumped, and she realized, too late, that this was no ordinary dispute. What she didn't know was that Fu Changshao, played by Yuhang, was far from an ordinary man. He was the richest man in Hangzhou, a tycoon whose influence and resources extended far beyond her imagination. At first, Rong Wei-yu thought Fu Changshao's attention was a coincidence, a lucky alignment of fate. But slowly, as the layers peeled back, she began to see the pattern. Every time her life became chaotic, every time she was cornered by greedy relatives, manipulative colleagues, or toxic superiors, he appeared. Always there. Always protective. And always infuriatingly commanding. The office harassment she endured, subtle at first but increasingly vicious, would have crushed anyone else. Emails dripping with sarcasm, whispered rumors behind closed doors, the casual cruelty of a co-worker with green tea charm, but Fu Changshao was there. Not with words, not with empty reassurances, but with action. His interventions were swift, decisive, and sometimes so audacious that even the most arrogant adversaries could only stare in stunned silence. Watching him step into her life like a force of nature, Rong Wei-yu's initial annoyance slowly melted into something far more dangerous, fascination. What made this story addictive wasn't just his power, it was the emotional intimacy he offered her. Fu Changshao didn't just shield her from threats, he noticed the small things. The trembling of her hands when a meeting went wrong, the slight slump of her shoulders when she thought no one was watching. Each time, his presence whispered a single, undeniable message: "You are not alone. I will stand by you." That quiet intensity, That mix of dominance and genuine care made hearts across the audience pound, and yet, their connection was far from simple. Rong Wei wasn't a damsel waiting for rescue. She was clever, stubborn, and fiery, qualities that clashed spectacularly with his commanding presence. Their arguments were sparks in a storm, sharp, witty, and thrillingly charged. But every clash only drew them closer, as they discovered that beneath the friction lay mutual respect, admiration, and a growing, irresistible attraction. The drama balances the sweetness with moments of suspense, keeping audiences glued to every frame. Every rescue, every protective gesture, every lingering glance carries weight. There is no need for over-the-top melodrama. The intensity of their feelings is conveyed in subtle exchanges, quiet touches, and unspoken promises. Fu Changshao and Rong Wei are a perfect storm of tension and tenderness, a dominant, protective tycoon who can't resist her spirit, and a clever, independent young woman who learns, reluctantly at first, to lean on him. The series captures the addictive pulse of first love, the thrill of being seen, and the comfort of knowing someone has your back, no matter what. Every episode leaves the audience breathless, waiting for the next encounter, the next glance, the next heartbeat shared between them. It's a love story that's as sharp as it is sweet, as thrilling as it is tender, and impossible to forget. When the pregnancy test showed 2 lines, Fu Changshao was overjoyed, his eyes lighting up with a mixture of disbelief and delight. But Rong Wei? She froze, a whirlwind of hesitation and fear clouding her usually sharp mind. A single unexpected moment had suddenly become life-changing, and the path forward seemed anything but clear. Fu Changshao, however, didn't panic. He didn't push or overwhelm her with grand gestures. Instead, he stepped carefully, strategically, like a chess master moving pieces to ensure both safety and warmth. From the very beginning, he treated her not as someone he had conquered, but as someone he genuinely wanted to protect and cherish. His first step wasn't a declaration of love, it was understanding. He listened to her doubts, acknowledged her fears, and quietly assured her that she wouldn't have to face anything alone. The days that followed became a delicate dance. Rong Wei, hesitant and wary, tried to keep distance, worried about the sudden closeness and the life that was quietly growing between them. But Fu Changshao's methods were subtle, yet irresistibly effective. He was always present, not in a smothering way, but in ways that mattered. A hand on the small of her back when they walked together, a text checking on her mood in the middle of a hectic day, a calm, unwavering presence during moments of doubt. Every gesture whispered the same promise: I am yours to lean on, if you let me. Step by step, the tycoon and debtor dynamic transformed. Their nights of awkward tension, their mornings filled with teasing bickers, and the quiet evenings of shared smiles slowly morphed into something undeniable: companionship built on trust, respect, and a growing, tender affection. Fu Hangshao knew when to step forward and when to retreat, allowing Rong Wei space to adjust to the new reality, while ensuring she never felt alone or abandoned. The turning point came not with grand declarations, but in small, intimate moments. The way he stood by her when office politics threatened to overwhelm her, the way he silently covered for her when her family's expectations weighed heavily, the unspoken reassurance in his gaze that said, "We're in this together." Rong Wei began to realize that love wasn't always loud. Sometimes, it was the quiet constancy that made hearts truly surrender. Slowly, hesitation gave way to trust. Doubt yielded to desire. A night of chaos became a lifetime of possibility. Fu Changshao had transformed from an untouchable, sharp-tongued tycoon into a loving partner whose ambition now extended beyond wealth and status. It included her happiness and the life they would build together. By the time Rong Wei finally let her guard down, it was clear, what began as a single night of unexpected intimacy had blossomed into a story of enduring devotion. From creditor to husband, Fu Changshao's careful, relentless care turned what could have been a fleeting mistake into a lifetime of love, sweetness, and unshakable partnership. Every glance, every gesture, every heartbeat between them now whispered the same truth: some loves, once ignited, are impossible to extinguish. Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next videos. Thanks.